So I wanted to do a video on how disconnection from the source of creation, that part of nature that we call God, how this has caused people to jump to kooky conclusions or ignore whole things. One of the things is this, because this Freddie Mercury movie came out, this glorification of homosexuality and Freddie Mercury. And I like Queen. I think Queen was a great band. I still listen to them. But many people like to say, well, they like to celebrate the homosexuality and how brave he was. What can we learn from the tragic life of Freddie Mercury? Well, what we can learn, if we weren't disconnected from the source of creation, is that homosexuality is a sin based on naturalistic observation, as it causes an increased risk of venereal disease, societal decline, and things like AIDS, okay? And people die as a result of their behavior in practicing a homosexual lifestyle, or at the very least, they cause societal decline. Okay? Now, to go further, I got in an argument with a group of Christians about the Adventist lifestyle. Okay? Now, the Adventist lifestyle, a lot of Christians, what Christians don't want to do is they do not want to do anything. They wish to be saved by faith. Now, when you stop looking at religion as something that is supernatural or hoogity-boogity, you start realizing that you can't be saved by faith. And this is the same thing with occultists. A lot of occultists will study magic, but they will not actually practice it. Okay? They will study it, and they will talk about how they memorize this, or how this is that way, and this part of the Goetia is that way, whatever. The thing is, Christianity needs to be a religion of doing. So people will say, well, Jesus never spoke about unclean foods, and therefore we don't have to ignore these things. Jesus didn't have to speak on these things, because these things were already spoken about in the Old Testament, which was his religion. And this same argument is used by those that are pro-homosexual to justify homosexuality when they say Jesus didn't talk about homosexuality. Well, Jesus didn't have to talk about homosexuality, as it was already taken care of in the Old Testament. I would say perhaps Jesus probably would have been a little bit more liberal, in the sense that I don't think Jesus would have stoned homosexuals to death, but I also have a feeling he was ardently against homosexuality, but sought more to probably have them repent than to stone them to death. Okay, so it's more of a different outlook. But my point is, again, I don't view religion as something that has been revealed by God. I view religion as something that has evolved from naturalistic observation. But what we do know about the Adventist lifestyle, which is the lifestyle basically talked about in Genesis and the book of Daniel, is that science says it works. You can look up the Adventist health study and see that it does work. And that's what's important, is the fact that the naturalistic observation proves this. Now, this is almost a very similar diet and lifestyle to the Sattvic diet, which is the diet of the Brahmins of India. And what's funny about that is, again, with yoga and occultism, as I said, yoga, as Aleister Crowley states, yoga is the foundation of the pyramid, which is magic. And many magicians, which is what a person is called when they practice magic, do not wish to actually practice it. They wish to study it, and they wish to state how much they have memorized this or that. But the fact of the matter is, nobody practices these things. And some people will practice yoga, but very few will give themselves to the totality of the lifestyle. And then they'll say, well, yoga doesn't work. It doesn't work because they're practicing maybe the Hatha yoga and not the pranayama yoga. Or like they're practicing the stretching, the asana, but not the pranayama, which is the breathing. But very few ever practice the dietary aspects of it. And this is because it's hard. People don't want to do any work. And this is the same with the Christian, etc. So the further we get disconnected from these truths, which have been revealed through naturalistic observation and have been proved by science, the less likely we are to see reality on reality's terms. And this is one of the reasons I think religion has gotten so far off base, is because religionists have found the clergy have found that it is easier to sell people an easy out than to encourage them to actually do the work.